Greetings YouTubes and Facebooks. Jonathan Michael Doherty here at Merced College, which was established in 1962. Now, a few years back, I graduated from this college with my associate degree. That's an AA degree in philosophy. Later traveled to San Francisco, where I met some colorful people, some strange opaque Joes, some interesting, fascinating chemicals, and made a strange circle and documentation of the city. In my process of becoming a known artist in the California community. What's the difference between a celebrity, a public figure, and an artist? I want to know this. So, with the camera, with you, the audience, and with my medium, transmuting my ideas, my concepts from the fourth dimension, through language, through English, through Americanish. Hopefully we can tie this thing together and wrap it up, put it over the back, and take it home and share it with the tribe. Because I believe mega tribes are forming. And if you're a lone dog, or if you're someone that wants another chance, 2011, 2016 is that chance. Now the gold rush is coming back, but on a different plane, a different dimension. Why? Because there's more people, there's more creativity, there's more innovation. There is more smog though, because there's more cars. So the greenhouse effect is real, and it does affect psychology, because at least it affects my psychology. So as a relativist philosopher, as a green philosopher, I'll say that the environment affects the comfort level of the being, and that's going to infringe on how nice they are with sharing their resources, their time, which is money in this culture. Because as far as I'm concerned, we're all connected to this thing called the rat race, and a lot of us do not want to be in that thing. I would refer to spiral dynamics, totem dynamics, as the orange totem. The orange V-me is the rat race. Primary chemical correspondence, caffeine, coffee, and tobacco. Because these companies at the top are in it to make a profit. There's no doubt about that. But they have to sell the chemicals to us, the consumers. But again, you are in your relative body. You are not a predictable machine. You are a living, breathing system of relativity that has grown up in your relative environment. You integrate your relative chemicals. That's food, that's smoke, that's drink, and it's not just all organic fruits and veggies and water, because even the fruits and vegetables, in times of scarcity or competition, when they're all gone, or when all the red apples have been taken, all you have left are green and yellow apples, and hunger becomes the driving force. Okay? So this is where I come down from the sky as a philosopher, a city planner, a party planner, to a relativist flatlander. Why? Because hunger balances out the brain. The brain's always going to find a creative mind technology, light technology, dark technology. The brain is the living technology. But there are other brains out there, and there are other systems that have moved from the brain, from the head, to the heart. Because what does the heart do best is it balances and reoxidizes blood. And blood, the brain requires blood to even function. So at some point the brain says, oh crap, the heart is the one that's actually giving me the nutrients, the resources that I need to come up with my creative ideas. The ego hides in the brain. There are positive and negative attributes with the brain and the mind. Brain being a physical hardware, biology-ware, so it's not just a computer, okay? It's a green processing system. That means it's green and coral. It functions and stores data like a computer. However, it's connected with many nerves, many bundles of complexity that give you sense perceptions to be superior to a computer and a mega computer. But there's checks and balances with it. The pain and pleasure principle. And the brain can tell you. All it is an organizer of your bigger system. Hands, eyes, feeling, sight, hunger. So, the third person objective, invisible alien that the mind likes to be, to rationalize, can only do so in comfortable conditions, you know? It's in the house with a steady supply of resources, that's food, water, and electricity, and then your creativeness can come up with more resources that you need to function in your mind matrix. However, different people have different mind matrices, and in the bigger group mind, or the bigger group brain, we send information that can transmute reality. So whether you like it or not, a brain will let you know if it's hungry and you are getting in its way of feeding its stomach. It will use its brain power and creativity to scare you away from competing with it, or to outright eat you slowly. Because it doesn't want competition. It wants a humble existence in its own place, its own functional niche, in this bigger continuum. And it wants to let you know that you might be a brain one day, and you might be called upon by the bigger forces to use your brain for good. Create better technology that helps your mega tribe. You can't help or save them all because you cannot see into their minds. Just because I look this way and I can shave and do my hair and function normally doesn't mean you have one iota of what's going on behind the scenes. You don't know what I'm holding back. And I'm going to give that respect to you as well. Technology is connecting and increasing on faster and more and exponential rates at a faster rate than I think the human organism was designed for. In other words, faster isn't always better. It's just faster. You know, if you're on the road, there are many lanes, and you have a choice. Do I want to be in the fast lane? Do I want to be in the slow lane? Because even that is affecting how you think and how you process. It comes down to you. The mind, your invisible, intangible force, connecting to your physical avatar, the skin that you're in, the flesh, the guts, the thing that gives you the feedback to your mind, as in A, I need to keep doing this, or B, I need to stop this. Okay? I wonder how scientists, how philosophers, how teachers get paid for speaking. Because it's their task to transmute lower frequency vibrational thought to higher vibrational synchronizing thought to paradoxically give you power back and at the same time feed themselves. So I think the teacher, the philosopher, the modern shaman lives a humble existence, but they want their own place. You know what I'm saying? This isn't castles and cribs. That's for kings and queens. This is the green matrix of relativity. Smart, compassionate brains connected to their heart chakra. They'll talk with you and say, are you worth my time? If you are, I'll give you some of my resources. I'll give you some of my training. On some point, it becomes, you learn differently when it's a one-on-one or 1-to-2, relationship, compared to in the classroom. It's always one teacher and 30 people looking at the teacher with their own distractions, males and females with raging hormones, and you have females in the class wearing cutoff shorts, advertising their breasts, and you're expecting the males to try to learn and focus? Come on. Think about it. I think the males are getting the short end of the stick in our culture now, and the females have too much freedom, as in they're living in their own matrix and not understanding how much their body is the other side of a partnership. So if you are advertising your goods, your cleavage, your ass, there is someone on the other side that is drawn to that. It could be male or female, again, but visually they'll tell you who they are. Right now, I think I would say I look like a male. Visually, I look like that. My experiments with estrogen, my experiments with cross-dressing in San Francisco, putting on makeup, plucking my eyebrows, lipstick, eyeshadow, a wig. Yes, I can tell you from the inside out, it affects my psychology. I felt prettier. I felt, yes, come and look at me. Yes. But I also wanted to talk, and I wasn't. There is this visual heavy matrix that I think atheism is dependent upon. They don't believe in God because they can't see it with their own two eyes. You don't believe it because you can't see invisible forces, yet rational thinking will connect you to gravity. That means you're riding on technology. But you don't understand, it took flesh and bone and blood and sweat from previous generations to make that technology for you. Now, if I seem angry or passionate, I think it's because we are what we eat. I just had a meal at the Burger King. So it's fried chicken, French fries. Some people say, well, that's unhealthy, you can't eat that. I say, there's profound amounts of energy in that food. You just can't eat it all the time. I have a relative metabolism that is very fast. It's not the best, because sometimes you eat the wrong food and you're on the toilet for 2 hours paying the piper. You're paying the price. So again, relativity, your mind can affect how you process what you eat. I mean, you can eat a bad asparagus and still your stomach would reject it. You have to listen to your own system on what you consume and why it's important to how you function in the bigger living matrix that you're in. So flatland it for a bit, pay respect to where you're at. If you're called to travel, understand it takes a lot of energy and resources to put you in that vehicle, whether it's on land, on sea, or in the air, or the psychedelic vehicle, and that one requires the most. It requires you to stay put behind the computer screen, and through a long chain of information messages, you find the people that you're supposed to be around. If you're looking for similar people that will accept you, you'll find them, but you have to put your energy into it. You have to keep typing, keep sharing yourself, keep being honest. Say, hey, I don't know it all. I'm evolving in transit. But I must say, I think an atheist believes in evolution until they find out that it's the thing that is now hunting them. And that's not a threat. It's evolution. Please refer to Spiral Dynamics, Totem Dynamics. My name is Jonathan Michael Doherty. I'm a modern shaman, a modern philosopher in a techno-industrial matrix. That's cars, that's electricity, that's pollution. Somehow, some way, getting out of this orange and blue hybrid, hopefully to the green, where I can live comfortably near a college and keep sharing information, because I am an aspiring public figure, an aspiring celebrity. But I've been and I still am in the digital underground, acting as a filter. But when you are in there acting as a filter, that means you are contributing to the information grid, and there's someone on the other side that wants to be the polar opposite. Once you get tired of that, you say, enough, where is my tribe? We have work to do. You see me or you don't at this point. So, my mission, my blue mission, is strengthening, that's tweaking information, making it better, to give the new generation something more meaningful, because eating too much of the surface level processed foods is sickening. Now, I do that at a relative rate. Again, my body, my entire system process is different than any other body out there. So does yours. But I believe there comes a point where there's a visual prejudice because your mind sees these people are starving, these people are obese. How can we balance this out? Then the relativity thing says, these people might be fine with the way they are. Let them be. You have your purpose. Follow your heart. Your heart is the filtering between red blood and blue blood. Okay, I think I'm gonna wrap it up. I want to say, to give you a third leg on your camera, I am a lighthouse in the Central Valley in Merced, California. Star Wars is coming again, but it's understand puppets, CGI, acting, living, all of it together, networking, all these avenues feed people. And if you're not used to that, it's because you're following someone else's plan. And then a lot of people do that at the college because it's convenient. But I say follow your heart. If your heart says this is not for me, I'm going to do it my way. I'm not hurting anybody. I'm just different. It will take time, but people will start to see, okay, there's something meaningful in John holding his own ground and showing us his process, because it's getting better. It's getting more developed. So, technological decomposer. That's coral technology, age 28 or above. Okay, peace out. Again, consolidating this coral level technology. It's gone through its mechanized process, its modern process, and that's duplicating oneself. So we're getting to the point of digital cloning. And that's a warning sign to youngsters. It's a warning sign to people that understand cloning. It's just saying, my mind is showing you in the light where it's at. So, before the material catches up to the light, I'm saying the information is there. But the material work is slower and needs to happen still. And that's where we're at. It's just getting hot now. I'm going to turn off the camera. So again, peace, love, respect. Green vortex, green process is the way. Constructing a green lightsaber, which is worth the entire franchise. If you don't believe in a green lightsaber, it's because you have been force-fed your information and you're not willing to dig deep enough and reflect light, which is the fastest transmuter of information that there can be. But again, the reverse side is the slowest version of information. So it's speed of light in the black hole. Again, I'm confessing a scholar as a living coral technology, level 28, age 28 or above. I am now the thing making the difference. I'm giving you a way into my mega tribe because I want to do business with you. But again, I respect farmers. I respect the process. I'm not blind to the process of the meat grind. Okay? And I think a lot of youngsters are. And if you want to keep them away from it, that's fine. But sooner or later, the meat catches up with you and you have to make an ethical decision. Do I want to keep on keeping on? In other words, complexifying and justifying my reason to consume meat. Okay, get on board. And I don't only consume meat. It's relative to where I'm at. Sometimes I'm a vegetable organism. I've gone months as a vegetarian, but I do lack a lot of energy as a vegetarian. But if I'm not moving as much, then it balances out. Okay, long overdue. I'll stop it, I'll pause it, I'll shut it off. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day.